Thank you, brother. Grand Rising, good morning to you. Go ahead, do your thing.
Grand Rising, Mr. Bobby. Grand Rising, Mr. Neely Fuller. My question is on page 434, the fourth quote, which states, dignity while subject to white supremacy racism isn't worth much, but it has more promise than stupidity. I would like to know what you mean by dignity.
Page 434.
Yes, sir.
Text in the basic textbook, the Revised Expanded Edition.
Yes, sir.
434. Let me see what that.
Yeah, I'm turning there
looks
myself.
like. 434 and.
Which one, Schwab?
Which one?
The fourth one. It begins with dignity.
Fourth from the top. Dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dignity, while subject to white supremacy, isn't worth much, but it has more promise than stupidity. Now, that's the quotation section of the book. Dignity, while subject to white supremacy, isn't worth much, but it has more promise than stupidity. That's a thought. See, everything in the textbook for victims of white supremacy is just something to think about. So you can take that to mean whatever you choose to think about it, however you choose to think about it, that will produce a constructive result. And you start with the first word. What is dignity? Dignity as compared with whatever the word. What's the other word? Stupidity. But dignity, for what it's worth, I say it's not worth a whole lot in the system of white supremacy, because I have another saying that what's the difference between a dignified slave and a stupid one? See, black people sometimes are talking about, I have a lot of dignity, or that person is very dignified. Oh, yeah, that one thing I like about that dude, man, that dude is dignified. Now, what's the difference between a dignified slave and a stupid slave? And the answer is the logical answer in counter-racist science, because that's a question. What's the difference between a dignified slave and a stupid slave? A dignified slave is dignified, and a stupid slave is stupid. What is the difference? None, because they're both slaves.
Right, that's the common denominator.
Yes. But the dignified slave, depending on what you mean by dignified now, dignified, the dignified slave may have some aspirations of not being a slave. And the stupid slave doesn't have these aspirations. So you can say that there's the difference. The dignified slave is trying to think about something that will get them out of the situation of being a slave.
Okay.
Whereas the stupid slave committed to stupidity, glorifying stupidity, like many of us do. Keep doing stupid things over and over again and glorifying it and feeling good about it. There is a huge difference.